Today we'll be covering the EPCOT International Flower and Garden Festival for 2025, everything that's new and returning, and of course, we'll dip into the Foodie Guide. Hello and welcome to the Let's Go to Disney podcast. I'm Oliver.
And I'm Lucy.
Today is Sunday, March 2nd, and you're listening to episode 77, 2025 Guide to EPCOT's Flower and Garden Festival. Before we get into today's main topic, here's what's going on in the parks right now. The first week of no virtual queues at Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind and Tiana's Bayou Adventure went pretty well. Social media had been buzzing after the announcement that these attractions would be adopting standby queues. Assumptions were that wait times would be hugely inflated, but they've actually been holding pretty steady at some reasonable times, sometimes even dipping lower than an hour, which is definitely nice to see. And it's been a similar story over at Tiana's Bayou Adventure as well. Beginning on April 1st, Blizzard Beach will be celebrating its 30th anniversary. There will be a DJ playing tunes on the deck near the Polar Hub, as well as a meet and greet with Mickey and Minnie in their winter attire. There will be dance parties continuing throughout April, and you'll find specially themed food and beverage offerings throughout the month as well. And on that note, Typhoon Lagoon will reopen on May 1st, and Disney has since confirmed that Blizzard Beach would be closing on the same day. So it appears that they're continuing to only operate one water park at a time for the time being. Reminder that guests staying at a Disney resort can continue to enjoy free entry at the water park that's currently open on their check-in day. And if you're doing a split stay, okay, that counts for every single check-in day. So let's say, midway through your week, you're checking in to another resort. Well, that counts as another check-in day. So if you make that a rest day, well, you can spend the entire day at the water park.
Oh, that's definitely the way to go for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
Character experience signs are starting to pop up in the lobbies of the resorts around property. Historically, character interactions were pretty spontaneous at the resorts, but signs have started to appear giving specific days and time ranges where you'll be able to interact with these characters. This is definitely nice to see because instead of being some random luck, this is now something that you can actually plan for into your day. And then over on the West Coast, Disneyland updated their booking window for their most expensive Lightning Lane offering, which is the Lightning Lane Premier Pass. Effective February 25th, guests will now be able to purchase Premier Pass 7 days before their trip, up from the previous 2 days. This now mirrors the booking window over in Walt Disney World. Premier Pass differs here because it does allow you to use it in both parks if you have park hopper tickets. It's still atrociously expensive, but definitely more worth it than in Walt Disney World for that reason alone. Guests who purchase a Walt Disney World vacation travel package will now have to wait until they receive their park ticket 3 days before their arrival.
Which is interesting because it seems to be a disadvantage for guests with travel packages because you'll typically receive your tickets electronically 3 days before your check-in day. And if you can't buy them until then, people who have standalone tickets seem to be at an advantage because they can book that 7 days out.
Yeah, I agree.
But having said that, I don't know how often it sells out. So is that really make or break? Anyways,
yeah, it
just
depends on the
interesting.
time of year, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if you've been following along for the last several weeks, you know that our basement is being finished and we've been waiting patiently for the project to be completed. And that's happening this week. In the first couple of days of the week, the carpet is going in and then the last of the finishings are going to be over the last couple of days.
Yep.
And it's going to be done by the end of this coming week, essentially. And we cannot wait. Our podcast studio will be moving to the spare bedroom down there. And it's going to be so nice to finally have a proper space to work. We've been working out of our master closet for pretty much a year and a half at this point. So we won't be mad to, move down there and get our full closet space back as well.
Oh, absolutely. So with that being said, let's get into today's main topic, which is EPCOT's International Flower and Garden Festival. So Disney Parks blog dropped the Foodie Guide for the festival this week. Not surprising, given that the festival kicks off on Wednesday, March 5th. So that's Wednesday this week. The festival will be all the way until June 2nd. So it basically covers the entirety of the spring break season and then into the start of summer holidays. This is definitely a longer festival, much longer than the Festival of the Arts and Festival of the Holidays. Only the Food and Wine Festival comes close, which usually runs from the end of August into mid to late November. So it gives guests a really nice big window of time to experience the festival for sure. And like we said, it encapsulates some of the busiest weeks of the year over spring break and Easter.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to be there towards the end of the festival from May 10th to 17th in about 9 weeks from now. And we're really looking forward to it. When it comes to food offerings, Flower and Garden is actually probably our least favorite. It's not that there's not good options because there's so many that there's bound to be some really good ones, and there is, but just less than the other festivals in our opinion. But when it comes to how the park looks, this is by far our favorite festival. The sweeping flower bed arrangements near the front entrance to the World Showcase, the beautiful topiaries all over the park in the pavilions, everything is just so bright and like vibrant, and Epcot really, really shines during Flower and Garden. There's no doubt about that.
I would agree with you on the menu side of it. I think that Food and Wine is my favorite.
Yeah, Food and Wine. And even like I was surprised by Festival of the Arts. They had some really, really
That's true.
good
You were there for that.
treats.
Yeah, I haven't experienced that one yet.
Yeah.
So some of the topiaries that you are going to find around property that are new are the new Moana 2 themed topiary, as well as Phineas and Ferb topiaries that are making a return this year. You'll also find Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, and Chippendale, as well as Figment in the World Celebration. Over in World Discovery, you'll see a popular Groot topiary returning this year. This is definitely one of our favorites. It's such a fun one.
Yeah, 100%. And it was playing music, and it was really cute.
It's a really good one, yeah. So over in the World Nature, you'll find Simba, Rafiki, Mufasa, and Sarabi, as well as Goofy near the Rose Walk. In the World Showcase near the port of entry, you're going to find the Encanto topiary that features Mirabel, Antonio, Isabella, and Luisa. You'll find Miguel and Dante from Coco over in Mexico, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in Germany, Lady and the Tramp in Italy, Tiana at the American Pavilion, Beauty and the Beast over in France, Tinkerbell and Winnie the Pooh, Rabbit, Eeyore, and Piglet in UK, among many, many others.
Yeah, exactly. And there's also going to be themed gardens. So the camp Get Out and Play presented by Off near the Creation Shop, Blossoms of Fragrance presented by Sensi, and that's going to be on the bridge that leads to World Showcase. The Butterfly Landing presented by Advent Health at the Community Garden booth located in World Celebration, and then the English Tea Garden presented by Twinnings over in the UK Pavilion. There's also going to be an all-new Inside Out 2 themed garden this year that we're really looking forward to checking out. And on February 27th, the My Disney Experience app launched their event guide, and you can actually access that on your device from home or wherever you are right now. And you can actually see where the topiaries and the gardens and the other festival offerings are physically located in the park, which can make it easier to track down specific things you may want to see while you're physically there. There's also going to be a new Play Along Bay Play Garden presented by Smucker's Uncrustables, that's a mouthful, which is a nod to Stormalong Bay over at Yacht and Beach Club. That's going to be located between the Imagination Pavilion and the entrance to the World Showcase. And Disney's making use of Communicore Hall again for this festival, which is great to see. It'll have a garden display in here as well, so make sure to check that out. They had the Disney on Broadway showcase in there during Festival of the Arts. So again, it's nice to see that they're utilizing the space the way it was intended.
And of course, just like the other festival, there is a scavenger hunt that's fun for guests of all ages, and it's definitely a really good way to keep your littles entertained while you're making your way through the World Showcase. So for Flower and Garden, it's Spikes the Bees Pollination Exploration. You can purchase your map and stickers from select merchandise locations like Disney Traders, Creation Shop, and World Traveler. Then you'll match Spike the Bees' location around the World Showcase with stickers on the map. Once you're done, you can take it back to any of those merchandise locations we just mentioned for a prize. So note that you don't have to actually finish the hunt to claim your prize. If you run out of time or want to collect it at the time that you picked up your map, you can definitely do that. So don't sweat it if you didn't get a chance to complete it. You will also have the Egg Stravaganza Hunt that will run for a limited time during the festival as well to celebrate Easter. So it works the same way as the map, stickers, and prize, but instead of finding Spike the Bee, you'll have to be looking for rabbit-shaped eggs around the park and the World Showcase.
Yeah, exactly. That's a fun way for the kids to stay busy, right? And like we've mentioned this before for the other festivals, but if you're, kind of moseying around and trying different things from different booths, it can keep them busy, right? They can go and look for these things, put the stickers on, and it just keeps them engaged, right? While you're just kind of relaxing.
Snacking.
Snacking, relaxing, whatever. And just like the other festivals, the America Gardens Theater will have nightly entertainment. So for Flower and Garden, it's the Garden Rocks concert series. So during weekends, you're going to find performances from globally recognized artists. And on weekdays, it'll be local acts. But make no mistake, there will be big names here that you're sure to recognize. So the shows will run from March 5th all the way through June 2nd. So that's the length of the festival, the entirety of it. There will be several shows nightly at 5:30 p.m., 6:45 p.m., and 8 p.m. You'll find bands like Simple Plan, Sugar Ray, A Flock of Seagulls, who sing I Ran from Cosmic Rewind, which is the best in my opinion, 98 Degrees, Plain White Tees, among many, many others. You can find the full list of performers, along with which dates they'll be at the park, on the Walt Disney World website or the My Disney Experience app. Our trip will overlap John Cicada, Maverick City Music, Deanne Diaz, and the Spinners. Not really anyone we'd go out of our way to see, but we'll more than likely check out one of these performances regardless.
And of course, you've got the food booths, or the outdoor kitchens, as they are called for this festival. There are over 180 menu items across the food booths spread out around the park and World Showcase. So like we said earlier, Disney released their Foodie guide, which outlines all of the eats that will be available at the different booths. Every festival has a food scavenger hunt where you're going to be able to purchase select dishes across the booths. For Flower and Garden, its name is the Garden Graze. The participating dishes will earn you a stamp in your festival passport that you can find pretty much anywhere in the park. Once you've collected the 5 stamps, you can take it to the Pineapple Promenade for a prize, which is usually another treat. Oftentimes, it's a soft serve of some kind, but it was a Rice Krispie treat for the Festival of the Arts, so time will tell what it will be for this festival. Probably a frozen treat with some sort of flour notes if we had to guess.
Yeah, exactly. I'd guess that for sure because during Food and Wine for the last couple of years, it's been like a little piece of cheesecake on top of like blueberry soft serve, if I remember correctly.
Montage to Ratatouille.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't remember, what was it for?
I was just about to ask you, what
Festival
was it
of the Holidays? Was it a cookie?
It must have been because it was a cookie stroll.
It must have been. No, but we have a cup from it.
No, maybe it was like a mousse.
I think there was a cookie with some soft serve. Anyways.
Yeah. It was like a sugar cookie in the
yes,
soft serve.
That's right. Yeah. Anyways, we took a little detour there, but without further ado, let's get into the foodie guide and what's going to be available for the festival. So first up, we've got the Florida Fresh booth, which is returning from last year, but this year it's located at Communicore Hall Plaza, and that's like for this year, right, for 2025. The menu features conch fritters with key lime aioli, which is new for this year. The returning cubanito with mojo marinated pork belly, ham, Swiss cheese, pickles, and stone ground mustard. And another new option is the Florida Strawberry Shortcake, which is vanilla pound cake, macerated strawberries, strawberry sauce, and whipped cream. For beverages, they have the cucumber watermelon slushy, which is non-alcoholic, but you can get it spiked with gin, as well as a watermelon beer, a papaya pilsner, and a strawberry shortcake imperial ale. Or you can get the 3 of these in a beer flight.
Over at Communicore Hall is where you're going to find EPCOT's Farmers Feast booth this year. This booth is unique in the sense that the menu will change each month. The Early Bloom menu will be available March 5th through to April 5th. It'll feature grilled asparagus with pancetta bacon, spring peas, frisee lettuce, truffle sherry vinaigrette, and a soft poached egg. Scallops with spring pea risotto with arborio rice, lemon bar blanc, and gremolata. And for something sweet, the blueberry crumble cake with blueberry lemon zest, soft serve, and blueberry compote.
That sounds delicious.
Yes, it does.
I do love blueberry. The springtime menu will be available April 6th through May 3rd. It'll have grilled peaches and burrata with prosciutto, petite lettuce, micro mint, and a sweet tea lemon gastrique. The seared pork tenderloin with corn risotto and arborio rice, and roasted red pepper sauce. And the warm corn cookie with sweet corn soft serve, bruleed corn, lime zest, and white chocolate.
And then lastly, the summer solstice menu will be available May 4th through June 2nd. It'll feature heirloom tomatoes and fresh mozzarella with shallot vinaigrette, sourdough croutons, pesto, micro basil, and balsamic pearls. The grilled beef strip loin with tomato risotto with arborio rice, tomato bar blanc, and basil pesto. And then the peach cobbler with cinnamon gelato and streusel topping. That'll be the menu available when we're there. And that peach cobbler sounds really good.
I do love peach cobbler. So yes, I think we'll get that one for sure. Beverages will be available throughout the whole festival, so they won't change. And that's going to feature a lavender lager with lavender, a peach tea mead, a spring pilsner, the hibiscus lemonade cocktail with gin, the frozen lemon tea made with honey and bourbon. And you can make these into a beverage flight as well. And over at the Citrus Blossom, that's going to be located inside the Odyssey Pavilion, which is returning from last year. It'll have the orange sesame tempura shrimp with orange chile sauce, the citrus baked brie with orange lemon marmalade, limoncello macerated blueberries, and spiked Marcona almonds, the lumpia, which is a plant-based spring roll with plant-based pork, green papaya, salad, and yuzu sweet and sour. This is a Garden Graze item for those of you who are keeping track. And for sweet, they have the lemon tart with lemon curd, blood orange fluid gel, aquafaba meringues, and raspberry powder, which is also plant-based and also on the Garden Graze. For beverages, they have the non-alcoholic orange lemon smoothie served in a souvenir orange bird sipper, an orange blossom hard cider, a yuzu rice lager, a meringue blonde fruit beer, the key lime wine slushy, and again, you can make these into a beverage flight as well, should you choose to do that.
So new for this year is the Beach Grub booth, and it's a nod to the Beach Club Resort, and it's going to be located on the walkway between World Showcase and Imagination Pavilion. The menu will feature seafood bake with shrimp, mussels, clams, andouille sausage, red potatoes, corn on the cob, persalade, butter, white wine broth, and a grilled sourdough.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I love a good seafood boil like that. Kind of a boil is what they would.
Agreed. And it reminds me of that dish you always get at what's that restaurant at Disney Springs? Boathouse. Yes. Yeah,
that's exactly. The only thing that I don't know, mussels and clams, but I guess you just have to be adventurous.
If it's like in butter and everything else, it'll be delicious.
Be bad. Yeah. So the grilled street corn on the cob with savory garlic spread and plant-based cheese, and this is a Garden Graze item, is new to this as well. For sweet, they have the s'mores bar with fudge brownie, dark chocolate, toasted meringue, and a smoked graham cracker.
Yeah, that looks good.
And it was really like cute too.
It's
the
on
way
a
the
stick,
picture we saw.
essentially.
It was very well presented. So for beverages, they will be serving coconut water and coconut water spiked with coconut rum.
That's a lot of coconut. And just like the resorts, the Yacht Grub booth is located right next door, right? So its menu features the trio of dips and chips. So there's going to be caramelized onion dip, a whipped feta dip, and a pimento cheese, all served with house-made potato chips and caviar. That sounds divine, and we're going to be 100% trying that.
Yeah, we are dip people. We love a good dip.
Oh, chips and dip, come on. And then they're also going to have the meat assorti with beef bresaola, prosciutto ham, and salami with baby arugula, pickled mustard seeds, tomato jam, truffle oil, and grilled ciabatta. And lastly, the assorted artisanal cheeses and accompaniments. Those two paired together are likely to be really tasty. It's basically charcuterie, right? You got your meats and then your cheeses. And for beverages, they're going to have the elderflower sparkling cocktail, the lemon sparkling cocktail, and the orange sparkling cocktail, which are all made with sparkling wine. And guess what? You can get them in a flight.
In that same area between the World Showcase and the Imagination Pavilion, you will find the Swirled Showcase booth. They serve soft serve in a waffle cone with vanilla, peanut butter, or grape jelly soft serve. They also have a lemon sorbet, and returning from last year is the liquid nitro honey mascarpone cheesecake with fresh honey, granulated honey, and honey mead blueberry compote. We had this last year, and it was actually really tasty.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to do this again.
Yep.
The kids enjoyed their little soft serve treat, and we enjoyed that. It was a good break, that one.
Yeah.
So for drinks, they have the elderflower pale ale and the lemon elderflower float made with lemon sorbet and the elderflower pale ale.
And over near Disney Traders, you're going to find the trowel and trellis booth. So on the menu, you'll find the soy glazed pork sticky ribs with green onions and peanuts, which sounds delicious. They were on the menu last year, but we didn't try them, so we may have to do that this year.
I think so.
The farmhouse meatball featuring impossible beef with lentil bread, spinach, marinated vegetables, creamy herb aioli. This is plant-based, obviously, and it is a Garden Graze item. Returning as well as the chocolate mousse terrarium with matcha crumble and chocolate soil. It looks like a little plant in a cup, essentially, right? With the soil and everything. For beverages, they have the tropical punch made with Twinings mango and pineapple herbal tea and Minute Maid Pog juice. And you can also get it spiked with rum. They will also have a cucumber lime beer.
The EPCOT booth is located near the Creation Shop. Returning this year, you have the avocado toast with marinated tomatoes and plant-based cheese crumbles on a toasted ciabatta bread. This is a returning Garden Graze item from last year. You also have the shrimp and grits, which is blackened shrimp and cheddar cheese grits with brown gravy and sweet corn salsa. I would actually try that one. I think that would be good.
Tasty,
yeah. The biscuit and gravy featuring impossible sausage with pepper jelly. This is a plant-based option, and it's a Garden Graze item as well. You also have the fried cinnamon roll bites with cream cheese frosting and candied bacon. We tried these last year and everybody enjoyed them, including the kids. So we'll probably have to try them again.
Yeah, 100%.
And then for beverages, they have the fruit cereal shake, which is vanilla soft served and a fruit flavored breakfast cereal.
Yeah, I'm picturing like Fruit Loops in soft serve.
How can you not picture Fruit Loops with that? You also have a coffee blonde ale and a peach Bellini made with sparkling wine and peach puree, which I really want to try because I love a good Bellini.
Yeah, and you do love a peach Bellini, 100%.
I do, yeah. So I'll be all over that.
Yeah. At Connections Eatery, you're going to find some festival offerings as well. So they're going to have the lemon lavender Baumkuchen with lavender anglaise, the carrot cake liege waffle, which is candied pecans and cream cheese icing, which actually looks really good. We don't usually get the festival liege waffle here because there's just so many other snacks, right? But we might actually have to try this one because with the cream cheese icing, it actually sounds really good.
Agreed.
And returning as well as the hot honey chicken sandwich made with southern fried chicken in a hot honey sauce and pickles on a brioche bun. You actually had that last year.
And it was delish.
Yeah. So they're going to have the blood orange hibiscus margarita as well as a beverage.
And then over near the Land Pavilion, you've got the Land Cart booth. Here you're going to find the Mediterranean vegetable wrap with pickled vegetables, hummus, cucumber, spring mix, tomato, and chipotle cream. That is a plant-based option, as well as a strawberry fruit bar. They also have a tropical smoothie made with Dole Whip, banana, and mango. Yeah,
and near port of entry at the entrance of the World Showcase, you're going to find the popular Honey Bistro. So returning are the chicken and waffles, which is crispy chicken and a sweet honey jalapeno bacon cornbread waffle with honey butter and spicy honey. We had this last year and can confirm that it was delicious and we would definitely get it again.
Agreed.
If I remember correctly, we got that at the same time as that mascarpone cheesecake, the smashed one.
I think so, yeah.
But either way, it was delicious. They also have the honey glazed cauliflower with honey roasted carrot puree, wild rice pilaf, spring vegetables, honey blistered grapes, and sunflower brittle. For beverages, they have a honey peach cobbler freeze with streusel, which you can get spiked with blueberry vodka, and the orange blossom honey wine and a honey lager.
In that same area, you've got the Pineapple Promenade. The menu is limited here. They have a spicy hot dog with pineapple chutney and plantain chips, and then the original Dole Whip pineapple.
Yeah, and this is going to be where you redeem your prize if you complete the garden graze.
That's right. So for drinks, they have the frozen dessert violet lemonade, which is very pretty and very delicious. We had one of those last year. We really enjoyed it. I think the kids had a couple sips of it too, and they liked it. They also have the pineapple float with Dole Whip pineapple and Fanta pineapple. They also have sparkling pineapple wine, a violet lemonade ale that we tried last year too. Very good. It was nice and refreshing.
Yeah, on a hot day for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there's the pineapple cider, a Berliner Weiss, a Perny Hazy IPA. Those are some wordy words
I know,
there.
Definitely.
The pineapple mango cream float made with Dole Whip pineapple and topped with mango cream liqueur. And you can get that all into a flight as well if you wanted to.
Yeah, surprise, surprise. Disney loves their flights at the festivals, which we're not
And
mad
everybody
about.
else loves them too.
Yeah, exactly. And over at the Mexico Pavilion is the Jardín de Fiestas booth location. The menu features taco de camarón, which is crispy tempura battered shrimp in a flour tortilla and dried hibiscus flowers and chipotle aioli. The giant tostada de carne, which is Oaxacan tostada, barbacoa beef, guacamole, jicama pumpkin seeds, and salsa matcha. We had this one last year, and again, very good, and we would get it again. And for sweet, they have the choco flan, which is layered with traditional Mexican flan, and chocolate cake with toasted walnuts. For drinks, they have the Oaxacan sweetheart cocktail, the elderflower cucumber margarita, and a craft Mexican beer.
The Lan Yuan booth is at the China Pavilion. On the menu is the house-made cheesy crab wontons, which are fried wontons filled with cream cheese, celery, and imitation crab sticks, drizzled with a plum chili sauce. The satay beef bao bun, filled with pan-fried beef, red onion, and jalapenos in a Chinese satay peanut sauce, and pan-fried vegetable dumplings filled with bok choy, carrots, shiitake mushrooms, ginger, garlic, and sesame. All of that actually sounds really refreshing and delicious.
Yeah.
So for beverages, they have the mango bubble tea, the Brew Hub honey jasmine lager, the Dragon Dynasty cocktail, the Frozen Lucky Peach cocktail, and the Tropical Moon cocktail.
Yeah, and over at the Refreshment Outpost, which is located between the China and Germany pavilions, you're going to find the Jamaican beef patty featuring impossible beef with spicy papaya syrup and the seasonal fruit parfait with sweet chili sauce and Dole Whip mango. Both of these are plant-based options, and both are on the garden graze. For beverages, they have the Pollinator's Paradise Lager, a strawberry hibiscus hard cider, the Gulfstream Brewing Humble Bumble, and the Boyd & Blair Lavender Martini.
At the Germany Pavilion is the Bauer Market Farmers Market booth, and they're going to have the potato pancakes with house-made applesauce, which is plant-based, and a garden graze item. The potato pancakes with ham and onion, and the toasted pretzel bread topped with Black Forest ham and melted cheese.
Which sounds amazing.
Absolutely. Yep. So for something sweet, they'll have the warm cheese strudel with berry compote. For beverages, the Bitburger Premium Pills, the Stiegel Brewery Raspberry Radler, the Hefe Weizen Beer, an apple sparkling wine with apple liqueur, and you can get all of those, guess what, in a flight as well.
Yeah, and at the Italy Pavilion, you have the Primavera Kitchen booth. The menu features the Insalata Arlecchino with grape tomato, seasonal melon, mozzarella, and balsamic dressing, the Primavera Cacio Pepe a Gamberi with penne, shrimp, zucchini, peas, asparagus, and creamy cacio pepe sauce. And for sweet, they have the chocolate dirt cannoli, which is a cannoli shell with cookies and cream cannoli, cream filling. It actually looks like dirt. Mm-hmm. And then for drinks, they have their usual beverages, right? So they have the Peroni Pilsner, Prosecco, Moscato, Chianti, Italian white sangria, and an Italian-inspired blood orange margarita, as well as the Caprese cocktail.
Magnolia Terrace booth is located at the American Adventure Pavilion. They will be serving the traditional muffaletta, which is ham, salami, mortadella, provolone, and Swiss cheese with olive salad. Spicy chicken gumbo with andouille sausage and long grain wild rice. That sounds really amazing. I love a good gumbo.
Yep.
Grilled Gulf oysters with Cajun andouille sausage, butter, and lemon. And then the Banana Foster's bread pudding with a rum caramel sauce, which I think we'll need to try this year.
Yeah, I think the gumbo and the bread pudding sounds like a good
That sounds like a good little combo right there. Yeah. So for drinks, they have the Belgian-style white ale, a Vienna lager, Ghost in the Machine Double IPA, a spiced rum cocktail, and again, you can get those beers in a flight.
Yeah, and the funnel cake booth is located at the entrance to the America Adventure Pavilion when you're coming from the Japan side. For the festival, they'll be serving a peaches and cream funnel cake with powdered sugar, vanilla ice cream, peaches, whipped cream, cobbler crumble, and cinnamon bourbon caramel sauce. We never get funnel cakes, but if we were going to get one, it would likely be this one because it actually sounds pretty good.
It does sound good, yeah. So next door at the Japan Pavilion is the Hanami booth. Returning on the menu, you've got the Frushi, which is strawberry, pineapple, and honeydew wrapped in coconut rice and tricolor soy wrap served with coconut cream sauce and toasted coconut. So just basically fruit sushi.
Yep.
Looks delicious.
Yep.
The steam bun filled with a savory flavored vegetables and plant-based soy meat. The ramen cup, which is ramen noodle salad shaken in a cup with fresh vegetables and grilled chicken served with a uzu soy vinaigrette and chili oil. And the takoyaki, which are octopus taco balls served with spicy mayo, okonomiyaki sauce, and crunch rice pearls. For drinks, they have the Kyoto boba with Japanese black grape juice with strawberry popping boba, which is a non-alcoholic option, a locally crafted Japanese-inspired pilsner, the Shogun sangria, and the strawberry nigori sake.
Over in the Morocco Pavilion is the Tangerine Cafe booth. So another festival and no changes to the menu, but don't take that to mean that this is bad, okay? Because it's not. The menu items are actually really tasty here, and we always enjoy them when we do have them. So these are the grilled kebabs with carrot chickpea salad and garlic aioli with chermoula chicken or Moroccan spice lamb, and the stone-baked Moroccan bread with assorted dips.
Good.
Yeah, really, really good. Returning, they also have the orange blossom saffron cake, which is visually super pretty. We've never had it, so we might actually have to try it this year. And for beverages, they have the pomegranate mimosa, the honeysuckle hard cider, a tropical mango imperial hard cider, a pomegranate hard cider, and you can get these in a hard cider flight. And La Isla Fresca booth is located between the France and Morocco pavilions. They have the Jamaican jerk chicken with pigeon pea rice, roasted sweet plantains, and cinnamon butter, the seafood ceviche, which is shrimp, scallops, and fish with citrus, radish, and chulpe, and the coconut chocolate flancocho, which is chocolate cake, coconut custard, and passion fruit caramel, which is a plant-based option, and it is on the garden graze. For drinks, they have the citrus slushy, which is non-alcoholic, but you can get it spiked with rum, and a wild tropics hard cider, and a tropical sangria.
The Fleur de Lis booth in the France Pavilion will have the croissant with goat cheese, herbs, and roasted garlic, gnocchis with pulled duck confit with rosemary sauce and herbe de Provence, a warm chocolate hazelnut cake, which looks and sounds absolutely delicious, and the popular caramelized beignet filled with vanilla cream and glazed with caramel fleur de sel, which we might actually have to try because, believe it or not, we've never tried that, and it sounds like right up our alley.
Yeah,
so
100%.
I think we'll have to this time.
Yep.
So for drinks, they have the Kronenberg 1664 Blanc beer, the sparkling cantaloupe melon cocktail, a Chardonnay, and the La Vie en Rose frozen slush. The UK beer cart will have the blackcurrant gin cocktail made with Ford's gin with lemon juice, blackcurrant syrup, and cucumber syrup. And the popcorn cart in Canada will have the peach smash made with Canadian Club whiskey with lemon, peach puree, and ginger.
Still in Canada, the Northern Bloom booth will have seared scallops with French green beans, marble tomatoes, and bacon vinaigrette, the beef tenderloin tips with mushroom bordelaise sauce, whipped potatoes, and garden vegetables, and the chocolate maple whiskey cake. For beverages, they'll have a sparkling blackberry wine, the Stone Brewing Delicious IPA, the Collective Arts Brewing Grapefruit Line Sour, and a Collective Arts Brewing Hazy State Session IPA, which you can all get in a flight.
And at the refreshment port booth near Canada, will serve its usual fun take on poutine for the festival. For Flower and Garden this year, it's the Location Provence poutine with herbe de Provence seasoned French fries, goat brie, lavender honey, hazelnut croquant, and fresh lavender. So definitely an interesting mix of ingredients.
Agreed.
I don't think we'll be trying that.
Probably not. Yeah.
For drinks, they'll have the Country Boy Brewing Raspberry Lemon Hard Cider, a Sauvignon Blanc, and a frozen mojito made with Boyd and Blair rum.
And last but not least, the Joffrey stands across the parks will have festival-exclusive drinks as well. So the Joffrey's in World Discovery near Mission Space, you're going to have the Pistachio Banana Breeze latte with a nutty blend of espresso, milk, banana syrup, and pistachio syrup, topped with whipped cream. The stand near Canada will have the Iced Strawberry Island Latte, which is a tropical blend of espresso, milk, strawberry syrup, and coconut syrup, topped with coconut whipped cream. The stand near Disney Traders will have the Iced White Chocolate Mango Latte, which is a fruity blend of espresso, milk, and mango. And at the American Adventure Pavilion, they're going to have the Iced Berries and Cream Latte, which is a velvety blend of espresso, milk, raspberry syrup, and white chocolate sauce, topped with vanilla cold foam.
So there it is. That is the foodie guide for the festival this year. As always, there's some returning items year over year, and then some new items that we're really looking forward to trying. With over 100 menu items, if you grab a festival passport when you get there, it can actually be overwhelming to look at just with the sheer number of options there are. A good way to narrow down the main menu items you'd like to try around the World Showcase is to go through the Foodie Guide on the Disney Parks blog website and then make a list on your phone or on your computer that you can send to yourself so that you can reference it during your trip. They have photos of a lot of the menu items as well, which is kind of nice as well.
Yeah, exactly. And like we said earlier, Flower and Garden is actually not our favorite when it comes to food. But as you can see, that doesn't mean that there's no good options, right? Because there's still a ton of good snacks on those menus. And the park itself just comes alive with all the topiaries, the gardens, the flowers. It's just like so pretty during this festival. Literally my favorite time of year to visit EPCOT. And because of how long it is and the fact that it spans pretty much all of March, April, and May, lots of people will get to experience the festival, which is great because it's like smack dab in the middle of spring break season and Easter, which, you know, there's a lot of time off school, off work for a lot of people. So it's definitely a popular time to visit. Yeah. With that said, thank you for joining us to talk Flower and Garden Festival. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any future episodes. And as always, if you could leave us a rating and review, it would be greatly appreciated. If you choose to do so, you can leave reviews right on Apple Podcasts. And for Spotify, you can leave a rating.
You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at letsgo.to-disney, as well as on our Facebook page, Let's Go to Disney. We share some helpful reels here as well as some fun ones. The link tree in the show notes will take you to all of our socials.
Have a great day and we'll see you real soon.